Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Financial Friday Live. Latoya coming to you from Genesis Enterprises. So, we're going to give it a minute here for the audience to build. I hope you guys excuse my voice today. I've been doing a little bit of QuickBooks training this week, so my voice is a little gone. So I'm just going to give it a minute or two here for the audience to build. Also, for those that are watching, as you know, tax season is around the corner. I also prepare taxes. So if you guys are in need of a tax preparer, let me know. I'll actually be running a promotion here in December. I'll be announcing that soon. It'll probably be more towards probably around mid-November. I'll be announcing that when to book your appointments for tax season, okay? Hey, RJ, you know what? My voice is actually shot this week. I do naturally have a raspy voice, but it's pretty shot this week. I've been doing a lot of talking, but I've been making some money too, so. So, we're going to go ahead and get started today. So, as everyone knows that's been following me for the month of October, we've been discussing categories of wealth. So, just to give you a recap for those that have missed it, the first week we discussed high asset, high cash flow. Normally, these are your CEOs or COOs of the big Fortune 500 companies, senior officers. The Last week we discussed low asset, high cash flow. These are normally your six-figure earners, okay? So basically, they have the money and they tend to normally work for someone else. So normally they're in your, like I said, over $100,000 range. So, they have a good credit. They got a good, have a good job or whatnot. But they don't have a lot of assets to show for it. And normally these are your young families that are starting out. You have young children, you're starting your careers out of college. So normally you probably have a mortgage during that time, So those are your low asset, high cash flow. So this week we are going to discuss high asset, low cash flow. Now, you may be wondering, wait a minute, if someone has a lot of assets but doesn't have a lot of cash flow, how is that possible? Well, normally when you're discussing this category, this is your old money or generational money, okay? So you're actually, say, a billionaire in assets, but you can't touch those assets because it's tied to the family, if that makes sense. And a lot of people label these as, oh, they're just being cheap or, being too frugal. But reality of it is they have the assets. They just don't have the money that matches the assets, if that makes sense. So I decided to do a little research and actually give you some names of those that fall into the old money category. Now, most of you guys probably already know a few of these names, but I just want to go over a few of them just so you kind of know what old money really is. So you have, I have one here called the Astor family. They are actually considered America's first aristocrats, okay? Their roots, go back to Germany and England. And actually, if you've heard of the Waldorf I'm sorry, Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York City. Guess what? That's associated with them. That's them. So, next family, DuPont family. Um, their lineage actually goes back to France. Guess how they gained their wealth? Selling gunpowder during the Civil War. So, from the money that they made from the Civil War, they were able to keep that money and pass it to the next generation, and the next generation, and the next generation. So, also Rockefeller, we know who Rockefeller is. He's the oil baron. That's Rockefeller. Rothschild, we probably know a lot of these names. The Rothschilds, as you know, they're out of Europe. I think they're actually considered one of the richest families, period, in history. I'm trying to see what they were. Let's see. So they actually got their wealth from farming, mining. So they actually had a variety of things, that actually contributed to their wealth. The Vanderbilt, if you heard of Vanderbilt University, yep, that's them. So those are a few names, and these are actually considered like the richest for the longest. So basically, they've had generational wealth for at least 100 years. So I think generations are like every 20, 25 years, I think, right? So yeah, great stuff, huh? So so and also because they are affiliated with a certain name, and also you have some other names that fall into that, that I didn't name, like the Hiltons, they're known for the hotel chain, they've been around a long time. So a lot of people say, well, oh, they're a Hilton, they're a da 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 da. But as I said, the category, they have the assets because of the family name, but their spending cash flow doesn't match that. So although their name is actually billionaire status, they can't actually access that money because it's tied into their assets, which can include real estate, farm land. I'm trying to think of something else. It could be the something in the like Vanderbilt University. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's worth, some money just with their name being on it. So, things like, and it's actually a private university. So there you go. So they have the assets. They just don't have the cash flow to match it, per se. So, they pretty much use more of their assets to actually give back. Like say for like the Vanderbilt University, I'm pretty sure they have educational programs probably for like research, and things like that. So they tend to use their assets as their spending tool as opposed to their cash flow, if that makes sense. So with that being said, I mean, that's pretty much it in a nutshell on the category. But so we're going to take Q&A right now. If anyone has any questions in regards to wealth or any finance topic, I'm going to be here the next 5 minutes. You're welcome to answer some things. As you know, the holiday season is coming up. So if you got any questions on, hey, how can I save during, let's hear those questions. If you tax season is around the corner. If you need some tax tips or if you need a tax preparer, let me know. You're welcome to ask any questions you can right now. While we're doing that, we're going to give some shout outs. RJ, Tim, Philip, Jessica, and Erilyn. Miss Cookie. Hope everyone's doing awesome today. It's a little chilly here in Texas today. I got my long sleeves on again. But it's some great outside weather if you want to do something outside. So, as you see, I went back with my curls today as well. Shout out to my stylist, Miss Erica. Um, so if you guys got any questions, it doesn't necessarily have to be dealing with what we're speaking on. If you have, if you would like financial tips on a certain topic, purchasing a home or a car, if you need tax tips, because you know tax season is around the corner, let me know. I can answer a few questions for you while we got a few minutes, okay? Hi, Krishna. Thanks for joining us. I'm actually getting a logo design as well for my business. I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll be launching that soon. Hopefully, I'll be able to post that next month. So if you see a new logo on my business page, that's my new logo. Okay, we got a question from, I call her Cookie. We go back. Let's see. You mentioned holidays coming. Okay, so this is her question. You mentioned the holidays coming up. A good way to save for the holidays is to ask your bank or financial institution about a Christmas club. Yes, that is true, Cookie. I definitely, and actually, even if you don't have a bank, I mean, you can actually create your own bank at home. I mean, I definitely would rather have you put that money somewhere in case of a fire or something. You don't want to, say save up $1,500 for the holidays, and something crazy happens and it's gone. So, yes, a Christmas club is basically just a savings account. And you just contribute as often as you get paid for most people. So for a lot of people, that's probably weekly or bi-weekly, and you just set an amount. I, well, the best thing to do that is to set a goal. So say you're like, I want to buy for so and so, so and so, and so and so. So you may already kind of have an idea, like, you know what, I want to kind of go big this year. So you may be like, well, I want to do, say, $2,000 for Christmas this year, and you divide that by, because I think, Cookie, correct me if I'm wrong, don't they release the funds in October for the Christmas Club? So say if they I'm just waiting here for Cookie to respond. Um, Krishna has a question. Do USAA offer a Christmas club? Okay, so I was correct. Thank you for that, Cookie. Um, yeah, if you so basically you just set a goal, a savings goal. So say so if you this year, like, even if you want to do a vacation for Christmas, it doesn't necessarily have to be a giving out gifts. It could be, I just want to go on a nice vacation this year for Christmas. Say if you have a budget, say for 3 or 4 people for 2 grand, you divide that by 10 months, because you're going to be putting that money back from January to October, right? So that's $200 a month. And for most people that are getting tax refunds, guess what? You can actually get a jump start on that and put most of it uh, away during tax time. So that's going to make your monthly contribution even smaller. So it may make it more affordable, right? So say if you got a tax refund and you're like, you know what, I want to just go ahead and put, say, $800 away for that $2,000 goal, right? So you got $2,000 minus $800 that you already put in as a lump sum. So that leaves you with $1,200 to save over 10 months, right? So you say $1,200 and divide that by 10. Now your payment is only $120 a month as opposed to 200 to save that. So it's very attainable. It really just depends on what you're trying to do and what you're trying to save, like how much you want to save. So that's why I always say when you like, I want to save, make sure you're setting a goal. That way, you can actually, you have some type of accountability. It allows you to stay on track. So say if you fall behind 1 month or 2 months, you may have a good month where you may get a bonus or something, and guess what? You can make up for those months. So, Cookie, thank you for that. Krishna, I can actually Google that for you. Just give me a moment here. Let's see. Okay, now this was as of last year, Krishna, 2015. They did not offer a Christmas club, okay? But I know a lot of the other credit unions and I actually would probably just Google like banks or credit unions that offer Christmas clubs, and you may even find somebody online you could do it with. You don't even have to leave your house. That would be even better, right? So, so does anyone have another question? I got a couple more minutes here. If you have any questions, and it can be on any topic. It doesn't necessarily have to be on what we're discussing today. For those just joining, we talked about high asset, low cash flow wealth. And as I stated before, that's your old money. Your Rockefellers, your Hiltons, your Rothschilds, Vanderbilts. That's your old money. So they have the assets, but they don't have a lot of spending power. So they normally use the assets as their money vehicle. Okay. Okay, Krishna, awesome, awesome. Kim, Miss Nikki, thanks for joining us today. So, if no one else has any other questions, I guess we're gonna close it out. Also, if you have not liked my business page, you can go like it. Facebook, I'm sorry, Genesis, Genasis Enterprises. Okay. Also, for those just joining, if you need a tax preparer for the upcoming tax season, you don't have to leave the comfort of your home. I can do your taxes from anywhere. So you can avoid the traffic. You can avoid the hustle and bustle of packing up the kids. I will send you over everything I need via Dropbox. You uploaded, and that's it. And the next conversation you hear from me should be if you owe or if you have a refund. So, as many know, that's the way of accounting. I mean, that's the where it's going, where everything is pretty much virtual. So I'll actually offer that for all of my clients. I actually did 3 returns on last week, 1 overseas included. And guess what? They didn't have to see me to do that. If you're more comfortable with doing a video chat with me before we start on your taxes, I have no issue with that. I just ask that you make sure you set up a tax consultation so I can make sure that I can assist you. And if you want to go for it, you can be in your PJs and we can get your taxes done and you can go about your day. Okay? So if anyone has any questions about my tax services, with the upcoming tax season, just let me know. You can inbox me or hit me up on my business page. I'll reply. So, as always, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in every week. Also, next week, we'll be discussing the last category of wealth, okay? It's going to be on low asset, low cash flow. That's going to conclude our wealth series. And then I'll be announcing the theme for the month of November, okay? So I hope everyone has an awesome and blessed weekend, and I'll see you next week. Talk to you soon. Bye.